right, we are about to start the Japan Time live panel at C2E2. Real quick. What I'm going to do, I'm recording right now from the front. I'm going to flip the camera around, and then 3, 2, 1, you guys are going to go, Joy-Con boys! That's what we're going to do. All right, that's what we're going to do. 3, 2, 1. Joy-Con boys! Let's go! Let's go! Welcome to Japan Time live at C2E2. Excited for those people.
He was telling me it was going to be like 209 people, man.
Well, the little C2E2 schedule app says that. It specifically mentions like how many people were registered. And I looked and I saw the room. And I'm like, not everyone is going to be able to get to this room. So you guys are special. You special people came in at the 9-minute mark. We're going to see some pretty good stuff today. So, I don't know, maybe we'll see that. I don't know that. Maybe we're supposed to see that. I don't know. Maybe I just did a teaser. Who knows? Maybe I just did something. So, the fun thing about the panel this year is we were very lucky to have Nintendo send us a very special treat. So, this game does not yet come out.
When does it come out? April 28th?
April 28th, I think. But, for all you guys here, we're going to be playing, and some of you guys are going to be playing, Mario Kart 8. So shout outs really quick to Kim and Krista and everybody over at Golden Harris who sent us the game. We're going to play that a little bit later. We're going to have a Q&A session. We're going to talk for a bit. We're going to do introductions because some people might not know who we are. We're not super famous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're kind of more on the humble side of YouTube. We are both content creators on YouTube, and my name is Etika. I'm on there. I usually do like Nintendo-related stuff for a more mature kind of audience. I try at least to go some 12-year-olds, but I mean, it's fun. Mostly
12-year-olds who watch you take shots at Patron.
Yes.
So it's
you know what? Hey, my philosophy: work hard, play even harder. You know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Which is why this man came all the way from New York to come to Chicago. So let's give this man a And for those who don't know, I'm RogersBase. So hey, thank you. I see some Mammoth boys and Mammoth girls in here. So I do reviews of One Piece and My Hero Academia and Attack on Titan. I don't know, did I see some of you guys at the Viz and Funimation panel earlier? Any of you show of hands real quick? One person? All right, I'm going to give you guys special things. He's like, no,
this will lie.
But yeah, unfortunately, Kobanomani 456 is not feeling well. He was also here. He cannot join us, so...
I mean, you guys will be fine with just us.
Yeah, right? You guys are okay with just us, right?
Yeah.
I think so. All right, so Mr. Joy-Con Boys,
listen, man, this is our most enthusiastic guy right here. This man is ready to
Fun story, actually. This guy in the front row with the Joy-Con Boys shirt came up to our panel last year, and he sort of created a meme within the group of us.
Oh, he did?
Because remember, he walked up and he was like, Kobe, do the voice! And then Kobanomani was like, hey, what's going on, everybody? Kobanomani 456 here.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's pretty magical. All right, anyway, really quickly, before we get into playing the thing that everybody wants to play, let's just sort of give our impressions right now of the Nintendo Switch. So, first and foremost, how many of you
people have the Switch right now?
I can't afford
It's
it.
a lot of people.
I can't afford it.
And believe me, we know. We're YouTubers. We're on that line.
Like, being an early adopter of a console like this is usually a big task because you got to basically troubleshoot.
Yeah. So what did you get for launching the Switch?
Man, I wish I had it right now. My library is pretty extensive. I mean, I got the most recent game I played was Mr. Shifty. I know it came out on other consoles, but it's real cool on the Switch, man. Even though it has like a couple of frame drops, the actual gameplay, solid, man. I love it.
So what kind of gameplay is it? Because I actually don't know what this game is.
It's so simple. You have two actions in the game. You can punch people and you can teleport. But those two dynamics make it so deep, man. And the action, you can punch somebody. Who played Mr. Shifty here?
Anybody? One person.
Right,
hey,
so
shout outs to literal Mr. Shifty over there.
None of y'all talk to me after this, all right?
It's funny, though. You mentioned a game about teleporting and punching. And for those of you guys who might not have known who Etika is before this panel, that reminds me of the first thing that made you really famous, the thing that Danny Sakurai himself retweeted.
Oh,
your reaction to
Mewtwo. Yeah, to Mewtwo. Yeah, that was basically my claim. When people see that video and it has like 1 million views, they think that's me. But I mean, for the most part.
I mean, it's me. You had Mewtwo, I had Lucas. It's fine. Yeah, we can have our moments where we're crying and screaming.
Yeah. What does that have to do with punching and teleporting?
Well, what do you mean that's Mewtwo? Yeah, Mewtwo. He's
in
the
Smash Brothers game. But he doesn't touch
He teleports. He goes, yo, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a little something. He's got like the jab.
A little something.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Shifty, you said you're liking that.
It's more of like an indie title, though. I mean, solid titles, of course, Zelda. That's number one.
Yeah, how many people here have played Zelda now? All right, that's right in the front row. I mean, everybody's played Breath of the Wild. There was an amazing, by the way, shout outs if she's here. I would love to say hello to her. She did the Great Fairy from Breath of the Wild.
Like cosplay?
Yeah, it was one of the best cosplays. If you look on Twitter at RogersBase, you'll see the picture. Speaking of which, we're going to do a little giveaway in just a little bit for people who have Twitter. So,
by the way, he didn't tell me any of the plans. I'm learning all this as we go
exactly.
along.
I'm blindsided this, man. We have giveaways. We're doing some really fun things. But, and get a hat. Perfect. Oh, that was from last year. Yeah, look at that. So, really quickly, my thoughts on Breath of the Wild, and I think you have a lot to say about Breath of the Wild, too.
Yeah, I do.
It's, I think, the best Zelda game since Wind Waker. I love how many Wind Waker fans are out here?
That was the first one I ever saw.
That's what I'm talking about. Wind Waker, to me and to the Bitblock, who I know some of you guys might love the Bitblock, but we do discussion videos on YouTube. He loves Wind Waker, and I've always loved the exploration. Yeah, the exploration.
What I love about Breath of the Wild too is that it seemingly to me mixes cel-shaded graphics and like realistic graphics, and it just kind of comes together so perfectly, man.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of it all, everything reacts to you in that game. You know, even though it's a bunch of like the first thing I thought of when Breath of the Wild was showcased is all the empty space, and I was like, is that going to be utilized? But it seems like there's always something to get into trouble with that game. So I like it.
Literally. Because you can go up to like a Bokoblin camp or whatever and then blow them up using the
In so many, you can kill them in so many creative ways.
Yes!
Oh my god!
There was an amazing video I saw actually of a guy who went to the Lost Woods, which is, by the way, not fun to play when you're playing an early review cop. You don't know what the heck is going on in that game.
Oh, wait, you got it early?
Oh, and I was trying to get to the Lost Woods and I died and Game Explain made fun of me on there.
I might not be your friend after this.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. Anyway. But I heard that. Thank you ever sympathized with me. Oh, you're not friends anymore. We're boys for life. Mammoth boys, joint boys. Of course. But there's a great video online, if you guys haven't seen this, of the Lost Woods, where a guy's standing on the very hill, like right before you enter the Lost Woods, and you chop a tree there. You use stasis. You hit the tree like 5 times, and you stand on top of the tree. The tree will literally shoot you from the hill directly into the mouth of the Gret Dicker tree. Like, it's crazy. Look up this video. Look up Lost Woods stasis trick or whatever, and you'll find it. By the way, I see this guy over here. I gotta come here. For those of you guys who maybe watch my channel, you might know who Danny Lopatka is. Give this man a round of applause. So, this is one of the best musician friends I have. Fantastic. No, I mean, and you like video games as well, right?
I mean, hello.
So real quick, have you played Zelda yet?
Briefly, very briefly. My brother bought the Switch. I got to play for like 5 minutes, which isn't usually enough time.
So you played Final Fantasy though.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you?
I mean,
play Final Fantasy 15?
I'm no poser, Roger.
I know you're wearing your chocobo thing.
Oh, can you guys hear me if I like talking back here?
You can hear him, right?
Yeah.
All
We
right.
just have to yell.
We can. I mean,
Maybe, right? That's not trying
we're used to that, to be honest. I think
a little bit.
2 of the most streaming YouTubers in the world are over here. But yeah, so Final Fantasy 15.
I love
Right.
watching.
You're loving the game. You've played a lot of it, right?
15, yeah. 15 is a great game. Because it was in progress for so long, I think expectations were a bit over the top, but it's still a good game for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody here play 15?
A lot of
My
them.
people.
Not as many as I would think, though.
Not as many as Breath of the Wild, but to be fair, this is a Nintendo panel.
But you guys ain't into like the boy band type aesthetic with the game?
Actually, we can do that right now. Let's ask. Best boy and best girl.
Oh, okay. I mean,
That's
not
not
really
Prompto.
Prompto.
Prompto! Who likes Prompto?
Yeah!
That's Batman. That's maybe not.
No, especially with all the selfies, man. Like, it kind of works.
Yeah.
Prompto's my favorite.
Who do you think?
Me, I know this is kind of big, but I love Noctis's character.
Yeah.
How many people played the demo? It was like the episode first game. Maybe not that many. They changed his voice. He used to have such a deep, powerful voice, and it's still deep. But before, it was like he was smoking or something, man. Like, it was raspy. But you know, so the game is still great. I didn't finish it yet.
Yeah.
I know it takes some crazy plot twists. I got to the part right before you pick up Gladio's sister, and I know that something wild happens after that. But everything that led up. Did you see the movie Kingsglaive? Oh my God! Kingsglaive! There's a movie.
That movie is great.
And a 5-episode anime too.
And if I was Brotherhood, right?
Yeah.
But Kingsglaive basically sets the premise for what 15 is. 15 starts right after Kingsglaive ends. And it is one of the most insane, like in terms of the visuals, one of the most beautiful things.
Where's it ever gone? And Luna Freya in that video.
It's Cersei.
It's Cersei. Yeah, of course, Game of Thrones. A lot of Game
And
of
Sean
Thrones.
Bean is
Oh,
King
man.
Regis.
Yeah,
If Daenerys dies, by the way, I'm sending a bomb to the studio.
Oh, hey, don't say that. No, we're on camera. can't be telling the people over at HBO.
The Mother of Dragons. If the Mother of Dragons ain't alive, I have no reason.
I think we saw the Mother of Dragons earlier during the game. That's one. Yeah, she was a cutie patootie. There's a lot of cutie patooties here. I see one of them. Yeah, your fiance over there, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Shout her out. Shout her out. Ari, the best. She takes the best photographs, the selfies.
She's incredible. I love this. She has a beautiful ring, I might add.
Build yourself up. All right, we see you, Danny. All right. So the reason I brought up Final Fantasy 15 is I don't know if you guys have heard about this rumor, and the rumor's spreading pretty fast.
He told me about it. He
Yeah.
surprised me.
So it sounds like at some point in the near future, Final Fantasy 15 may be coming to Nintendo Switch, which I am excited about because I played it on PS4, beat the game on PS4.
Uh-huh.
I want it on the go. Like, who here wants a portable version of Final Fantasy 15 on a home Nintendo console? We haven't had Final Fantasy 15 in over a decade. It's been a long time.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I think it comes down to
I
like,
don't
shouldn't be a problem. The game I'm really saying that they need to bring in, obviously from my shirt you can see it got Soldier First Class. Final Fantasy VII remake has to come to the Switch.
Yes,
No
yes,
reason
yes.
for it not to happen. They have time. They have the relationship. They have Smash, but all they got to do is just make it come through. If it doesn't, I'll be genuinely surprised because Cloud's appearance, man, it tells the whole story.
And the weird thing about Final Fantasy VII, right, is everybody, all of us thought, when we saw Cloud in Smash Brothers for the first time, we're going, all right, that's what this means. Big Bill over in Treehouse, he's planning something with Cloud in Final Fantasy VII. So, yeah, maybe the remake comes to Switch, maybe it
All this
doesn't.
on Square Enix talk, they also have to bring Kingdom Hearts to the Switch.
Yes!
When you walk away, you don't hear me say,
Please, baby.
don't go.
We
We could. You want to do
could.
it, Danny? You got it. Danny's
Wet,
taking
all
it.
right. I ain't doing no duet with you,
All
right?
right, no.
I'm not Disney.
Well, that's true.
I love you like a brother, but you know.
Yeah. The chocobo, yeah, okay, you can do the chocobo thing. Come on, do the chocobo thing. Come on. Wait, prop play, that's basically how prop is coming in during the thing. Alright, so we're talking about Final Fantasy 15.
Just one thing. So I saw from earlier that not that many people here got a Switch yet. How many people are waiting to get a Switch when there's a better game that they want released for it? Metroid. Yeah.
Who just said Metroid?
I know.
Who was the first person to say Metroid? Stand up. Oh, all right, well, this is a perfect opportunity for you. How about you come on stage?
Let's go. Give my man a hand. Give my man a hand.
The moment I could afford it.
Alright. So he actually came up to me before the panel started. What's your name? Mauricio. And who's the person you want to give a special shout out to?
Can everyone give a shout out to DJ09?
DJ09. Everybody say hello, DJ09. And because you recommended that there should be a Metroid game on the Switch, I want to give you the first of our giveaway items, which is a 3-pack Blu-ray of the first 3 Pokemon movies. Well, we got more coming. We got more giveaways. So don't you worry about it.
I didn't really watch the movies after the first 3, so that's a good game.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. The first 3 are all great.
Yes.
They're classic movies. Oh, okay, this is a good discussion topic.
I still got the little Mewtwo card you got when the first movie came out, man. 1990.
Yes.
Hey, how you say you got it, man? This dude wasn't even born yet.
This dude wasn't even born yet.
How was your age?
You won. See, this is the beautiful thing about the Japan type. People are just getting up, talking about their life stories. This is great. That's how we want to do it. Yeah.
This thing's wilding out.
But we gotta move topics a little bit so we have time to play Mario Kart. Let's talk about another game that's coming soon to Switch that I think a lot of people are excited for. I know you and I are both excited for it. This is ARMS. Who here is excited for ARMS? Show of hands. There you go. What'd you say over there?
For Min Min.
Min Min, indeed. Min Min is best wife for ARMS. Honestly, you guys don't know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Search Min Min. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna find out.
You're the one with the leg
She's
shirt.
basically the coolest female character to be revealed in the game so far. And the thing that's crazy is her arms are ramen noodles and her hair is ramen and she has a hat as a ramen bowl. That's crazy.
And her battle arena is a ramen bowl too. It's a giant ramen bowl. She's got a dragon for an arm. She's the
It's
best.
a little over the top. I mean,
You know, I gotta be honest. I liked Ribbon Girl though.
Ribbon Girl's cool.
Ribbon Girl was like who I thought was gonna be my main.
I hear you. Not even in terms of her looks, but she has real good competitive viability. We both got to play on.
Yeah, we did. We played at this. So what did you think of Arms?
Dude, I didn't really expect too much of it. It's just like some wonky Nintendo title, but it really has a lot of depth to it when you start playing. And plus, I don't know how many people here know, but you can actually just use regular buttons instead of the motion control thing. That's not really your style. I think the button play is probably going to be like standardized if it ever does go competitive, but Arms is a real serious title. I just hope there's a story mode too.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried that there's not going to be a story mode. I feel like we're going to get arcade mode similar to Punch-Out, which I love, by the way. Punch-Out on Wii, the remake of Punch-Out on Wii is fantastic. And I kind of want to see Little Mac as a playable character, like a secret playable character in Arms.
That would be cool.
Yeah, Little Mac, Lanky Kong, maybe be good. Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece.
Yes!
I don't know.
What's going on this Arms talk, man? There's a question now I have for you.
Uh-oh.
Are you a kid?
Where am I? A
Squid.
squid? I'm a squid.
You're a squid?
I'm a squid. I gotta be a squid. Are you a squid?
I'm still working. I'm still a kid right now.
You're still a kid.
I'll be a squid soon. Once that Splatoon 2 comes out, man.
Who here played the test fire? A lot of people.
Are people hyped for Splatoon 2? Are people like,
Yeah. The reason why I buy a Switch.
Yeah. I think like Splatoon is one of those games that the Wii U, let's be honest, it wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect. A lot of us loved a lot of games out of the system was not
The
perfect.
games were great, but the software, the OS to me was like, throw it in the trash. But I mean, all the games, I'm glad they're like making their appearances on different stuff, you know, PS and Switch.
And Splatoon, I mean, was like this huge new IP for them. And I honestly think like due to Splatoon being successful, that's why we're getting Arms. I honestly don't think Arms would even exist if Splatoon didn't happen.
Yeah, they kind of have the same like cartoony vibes.
Yeah. So you know what? Just mentioned Splatoon. I'm looking at the time right now. I want to leave time for them to ask questions and play Mario Kart. So maybe it's time for another giveaway. How's that sound? Good? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to ask a special question that only viewers of you will know.
Okay.
What is the color? I have to say it. We Disney, except for maybe this one bit. That's okay. What color of ink does Etika want more than any other color of ink in Splatoon? Keep quiet. I'm calling this guy right here. I saw your name first. You know, I actually recognize you. You're Devontae, right? Yeah, I remember you from last year. Come on up. Come on up. All right. Answer the question. Get this ready because I think I know what to say. All right. Let me open this up. How about you tell everybody your name and where you're from?
Devontae from Chicago.
And what color ink does Etika want more than any other color?
Really that hard?
Yeah, it's
White.
White.
White ink. So,
It's hilarious.
because you answered correctly, you are getting a special edition Zelda headphone set. Direct from Nintendo. So there you go.
I don't want this to seem like some product placement. I'm not like trying to just plug the product.
Oh no, we're sponsored by Nintendo today. Bad boys all day.
Well, this isn't a sponsored message. I bought those headphones just to have. Curious about them. As you can see, I have them right now on me. Actually, I think I left them in the hotel. But I use those headphones. Those are some of the best earbuds I've ever used in my life. The volume on those. How many people like bought earbuds that were like cheap and the volume's too low, so it's like you're trying to hear the music and you can't really turn it up that much? Those headphones are so good.
Yeah,
So if you can pick up a pair, definitely do. Like the volume on the Switch with those, right there.
So, you know what? I might as well do another giveaway.
No.
I'm feeling another giveaway right now. So let's think of another question. Think of a question. I don't know. Think about something for me.
Something for you. All right. Who is RogersBase's favorite Attack on Titan character?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one. I don't think anybody knows that. Do you know?
Attack on Titan.
I think you know. Okay, that's fine. Fair enough. All right. First hand. Come on up. I saw you. Yeah. I'm pointing at you. Come on over. I got to hide this because I don't want him to see this before he answers the question. Or maybe it'd be another reason for him to maybe want to answer the question. All right. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Julian. I'm DJ09, the guy that.
Oh, you're DJ. Who's my favorite Attack on Titan wife?
I think it's Hanji.
You think it's Hanji?
Yeah.
You'd be incorrect, sir. Go back to your seat. All right. So, all right. You were here last. We were here last year. So I see another hand. Come on up. You're right there. I'm pointing at you. Yeah, right here. Baseball hat. Right there. All right.
You have to take the one category I don't watch.
Yeah,
Or
right.
any category.
I made it hard. If it was
You
one
did make it right. It's not. It's not Hanji. It can't be. All right. Name and where you're from.
It's your boy Jerome from Chicago.
All right, Jerome. And who's my Attack on Titan wife number one? If he doesn't get this, I'm scared.
Potato Girl.
Oh man, get that back! All right, we got. Okay, I see that. Come on up. Last one. I hope
a Mario Odyssey hat, my dude? Hold on.
What's
Stand
Mario
up.
Odyssey?
Wait, let me see
Oh.
that. Oh, stand up, bro. Stand up. Let me see that.
That
Hey,
is
that's dope. That's dope. Oh,
that is
snap.
actually beautiful. All right, name and where are you from? I'm Shane. I'm from Chicago. All right, Shane. Who is my second-time wife? Who I remind you, it is not Hanji. It is not Potato Girl. I did mention it. I know you. Is it Crystal? It is
Yes.
Crystal. Yes! You got it. Super Bomb Yeah, Nintendo Switch.
That's
I
awesome.
think, wait, hold on. Let me make sure that the card is still in there. Wait a second. Okay, it's in there. There you go. Super Bomb There you go.
I got it the first time.
You said it last time.
Because I like Krista. She's this cute little blonde girl. She's got some great story. He just said bad taste. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. That's fine. You know what? Life debates can be, they can be kept stressful.
Something else that you can take this L in Mario Kart, man.
This element, this is what you think we're going to do? We're going to take this element. Well, how about what we do is we put on battle mode in Mario Kart, and people get to play around with us if they ask a question, and ask a good question. All right, so what we're going to do is stand up right back there by the microphone. We're going to be open for questions about anything Nintendo related. So games you want to see on the Switch, things you want to ask us about, get in line, and if the question is good, you get to come up and play Mario Kart with us. So, let me set this up. You want to moderate the questions real quick?
Yeah, sure thing. Let's see here. What questions do we have? Who wants to ask a question? Let's see.
I just want to make a.
Why don't you ask the question?
I just want to make a song reference.
I didn't realize.
Everyone went, oh! All right.
Whoops.
Go. Wait, I got to reset this. I don't know how to do that. Oh, there we go. I'm like, what am I allowed to show? All right.
I just want to make a reference to your Mario Kart 8 song.
Oh, hey, okay, come up on stage real quick. Come here.
I know that one.
This is actually awesome. All right. So I did a Mario Kart 8 song a long time ago on my YouTube channel that actually you were a part of.
I think a big part of it, Roger.
You were a huge
Huge part.
Huge. So we're going to do one. Shit, you watches every one of my songs. They go on loop. That's what I'm talking about. So you mentioned that you liked the Mario Kart 8 song. You want to sing a little verse real quick? Do you know any off the top of your head? The first one. I know. We can't force that. It's multiplayer. Oh, did you get that?
Sorry, I'm playing.
Turn on your gamepad and Wii U. It's finally time for something new. Oh man, I'm just so glad it's not delayed. There you go. Give her a shout out right there. There you go. I can't say the next one. It's sponsored. That's right. It's sponsored. So yeah, we're gonna take questions. So, first up, what's your name? Where are you from?
Yo, the name is Mark. I'm from Chicago.
All right. Give a cheer for Chicago. Come on.
Chicago. Anywho, I wanted to ask if they do an update for say for Mario Maker for the Switch, what kind of updates would you want? Because I for one would love to see like Birdo and Shy Guys getting in there.
I really didn't play Mario Maker too much, so I'm not familiar with it. But yeah,
I don't know. I feel like
maybe more amiibo support. Like maybe just add more like funky stuff with the amiibo. It'd be cool to like play as other characters.
yeah. I kind of, you know what I would love to see? The Guardian amiibo. Who wears the Guardian amiibo from Breath of the Wild? There's a lot of people. It's surprising. Mario in the back with the full Mario Odyssey hat. He has a Guardian amiibo. I would love to see a playable Guardian in Mario Maker for Switch, and he just runs around the stage and it plays the crazy music.
I wish they would give them like more individual attributes.
Me too. Here we go. See, we're making it easy so we can play 2-player. All right. Well, that's a good question. That's good enough. You want to come up here and play battle mode for a little bit? All right, come on up and play battle mode. Now, while you're up here playing, we're going to ask another question. Next person? All right.
I don't know.
Who's up and where are you from? Guzmo over here. Who just said aw? Somebody awed was going to this. Actually, you guys shout out what characters do you want us to play?
Drive-out!
One way!
Drive-out!
Boy!
Drive-out!
Shy.
Drive-out!
Yoshi!
Etika me. Hey, you can Roy on that's okay. I'll set it up for you. There you go. Roy's our boy. I'll do Roy. All right, I'll do Roy. Roy's good. All right, one more. How about you do over to the
Play me.
All right, so Guzmo, what's your question?
So after seeing both the trailer for that that game that was released on Nintendo of Japan's YouTube about cleavage, as well as
were we talking about that?
as well as the emphasis on the Switch's parental controls. Do you think Nintendo is going to, or is about to plunge into a market of adult games, or do you think they're just kind of dipping their toes in the water?
I mean, they've always had their region-specific titles. I mean, Summer Power came out in America too. They never really touched it or anything like that. I mean, now that the region lock is gone, I'm glad to see that maybe some titles that are like really good in some places that don't get the exposure they need to sell well in other places. Now you can just go to the eShop and download it. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a problem whatsoever. I mean, they always dabble in multiple things. They got, Bayonetta. That's a very risque game, and people love it, right? So I mean, hopefully Bayonetta 3's coming to the Switch too. It's no surprise. It's always been Nintendo to do that kind of stuff,
I know, it's new. See, play with joy.
Good question, man.
Yeah, I love Summer Kagura. I think it's a great series. I want to see it. I want to see them jiggle physics with HD Rumble.
Hey, listen.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a man of certain taste.
Anyone that watches your channel knows that.
Everyone knows. I mean, hey, who here is watching My Hero Academia? Anybody? All right. You know the character Mineta? Yeah. I'm Mineta. Let's be real. Okay.
We'll take the next
We're gonna
question.
start playing Battle.
Gets washed up.
You're gonna answer some questions.
All right, so what's your question? Name and where you're from.
Max from Chicago. I was just wondering, with the DLC for Breath of the Wild coming out in the winter, promising an additional story mission, what kind of story mission are you hoping that DLC is going to entail? I mean, no spoilers, of course, but it's kind of spoilers.
So the DLC is telling that new canon story is going to be revealed?
A new story mission or new storytelling element, something story related is going to be released in the winter DLC for Breath of the Wild.
I'm hoping maybe they take like a direction towards Twilight Princess, where they talk about like the dimension that Minna was in and how everything there worked out. Zelda in general, I haven't really finished Breath of the Wild, so I'm not familiar with really what the actual story is besides the whole Calamity Ganon thing. But I mean, whatever it's going to be, I know it's going to be hype. I can't imagine because they always go a crazy direction when they do this stuff, So I'm just there to sit there and take it all. I mean, I know people were complaining about the DLC at one point. I just think it's cool that we're getting extra content, you know what I mean?
I'm super excited about it.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I gotta say, I might be running into a wall, but one thing I really want to see is the timeline. I really badly want to see the timeline.
Officially confirmed?
Yeah, I think that would be cool for story mode. Would be the timeline.
Yeah, so we can get like some straightforward answers, you know what I mean? Thanks for the question.
Yeah. All right, who's up next? What's your name and where are you from?
Hey, I'm Michael Peters. I'm here from Chicago. And,
I'm in Chicago. Come on.
I wanted to make a suggestion to the first guy's question in the red shirt about extra Mario Maker features. I would very much appreciate if they had like a slope feature where you can slide down like they had in Mario 3 and Super Mario World, and different color Yoshis. Each one with like a different power. Like the red one had the ability to breathe fire, and the yellow one earthquakes, and the blue one could fly.
I'm surprised they didn't have that in the game already.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? Okay, so my actual question is, are there any lesser-known Nintendo franchises that you would like to see have a game on the Switch? Suggesting like F-Zero, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people are waiting for an F-Zero. Who wants to see Captain Falcon in his own game on the Switch? Yeah, it's unfortunate that he hasn't. When's the last game? The GameCube? Oh, really? It was Japan.
That's true.
Oh, okay. So we haven't really seen too much of the Captain in a very long time. Other series that I feel I wish they got more exposure. One that I used to play a lot when I was younger was Advance Wars.
Yeah.
Kind of just fell off. But we're talking more niche stuff. So I'm guessing this is stuff that didn't really get exposed to a large enough audience, so they just cut it off. Fire Emblem was close to getting cut off like that too, but thankfully they revived it.
They
As soon as you said Advance Wars, my ears perked up a little bit.
Oh,
and I got a kill, so that's perfect.
Oh,
yeah, I love Advance Wars. I really
Yeah,
love
definitely. It was really good time.
Did you play Days of Ruin?
Oh, yeah, I played every
game
single
is
title.
amazing.
All the titles were good on there.
Oh,
What's
okay.
one of the titles that you want to see brought back? Like,
Wait a minute, real quick, we got a call. Our guest won. You're up now. You're up. You're doing the next round, so you want to come up? You ask the question, you're next up in the line. Here we go. See, we're just going in order of the round, so it's in your best interest to. All right, set up at the same time.
To answer that question, if they didn't, if they actually had a shot at releasing Mother 4, game that was being worked on, I would like to see it on the Switch.
I think Mother 4, it's in this weird spot where basically, like, localization-wise, I don't think there's anything they could really do about that, because legally it's like someone else who wrote it, and it's a fan game, and I always take the stance that I enjoy fan games. Fan games are great.
They're great.
But at the same time, it's like it does sort of sully the legacy of something that Toy-San put together and really spent a lot of time on.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, not downplaying Mother 4. I think Mother 4 is really cool. I think if anything, I want to see Mother 3 on the Switch, right?
Yes!
Like, put Mother 3 on the Switch Virtual Console with Game Boy Advance, and that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, next question. Oh, I love your Inkling shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I was going to choose Kirby.
Perfect. All right, so what's your name? Where you? Oh, I know you.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, David from Chicago. So my question is, with Nintendo, everyone's saying that the 3DS probably within the next year might not be a thing anymore. Maybe. But Nintendo has games like Monster Hunter Stories coming out, that new Kirby game that's unannounced that's coming out in the fall. But also there's up in the air where people are saying that they could probably make a Nintendo Switch Mini, where it's just the handheld with the Joy-Cons connected, no dock. Do you think they could probably do that next year, or how much longer do you think the Nintendo 3DS could be a thing?
I mean, I think that's a really good question, considering the fact that the Switch just came out, right? The Switch just came out. Now, I always have been of the mindset that, like, with the 3DS support, they've probably been waiting because they wanted to see how the Switch was going to do, and now Switch is, like, the best-selling system in Nintendo history, so of course they're going to keep making games for it. But I think for 3DS, they're probably, by the end of this year, they're going to phase that out, move on to just doing Switch games. I think what it's really going to take, and I think a lot of you guys want this, I know I'm not alone.
How you throw stuff?
Oh, our buddy. Our buddy. But I know I'm not alone saying this. I really want to see a mainline console Pokemon game.
Yes!
I think a mainline console Pokemon game would be fantastic, and I think they have the opportunity to do it with maybe a third game in the Sun and Moon series. That's what I'm saying. Pokemon Stars, maybe, right? Nothing's been confirmed. People have been, leaking stuff. Everyone's been leaking things. I don't necessarily believe it, but Pokemon Stars or some type of third version of Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch, I think would be amazing, and would be a great transition too into maybe bringing new generations of Pokemon exclusively to Switch. Maybe they do a Diamond and Pearl remake in HD on the Switch. Might be kind of nice.
Yeah.
So you want Pokemon where every region is available at the beginning. Just
Okay,
the whole
Pokemon MMO is like everybody's dream.
Yeah, that's been the
Yeah.
dream since 1999.
Yeah, everybody wants a Pokemon MMO. I don't know necessarily if we're ever going to get it. I think they'll probably test the waters first, though, with a mainline iteration on the Switch, the next generation. Honestly, I want to see one of the new generations of Pokemon in the next Smash Brothers game. Is really what I want. I want to see a new Gen 7 Pokemon. Personally, I like the Decidueye.
Yes!
Right? Grass Ghost starter. I kind of feel like, okay, show of hands.
Great comedy.
Team Lit, raise your hand.
Team
Not
what?
very many.
What
Team
did you say?
Rowlet? A lot of them. Team Poplio.
I
Wow! Poplio! Alright. That makes me very happy to see there's some Poplio lovers out there. I don't necessarily think Primal would be the best for a playable character in Smash Brothers, but Decidueye or Litten's final form. Ho-Oh! Como-Oh! Oh! Como-Oh is a dragon fighting.
Yeah.
That would actually be kind of cool. I'd like that. Alright, well, thanks for your question, man. For sure. Alright, next up, what's your name and where are you from?
Hi, I'm Anthony. I'm also 364 on YouTube. I did Etika's anime intro.
Oh, wait. Oh! That's good. Oh!
One of them was taken down for copyright.
Well, of course. I mean, anyone who's anime boys knows that the copyright thing on YouTube
Oh, yeah.
for anime is just insane. Yeah.
It's very
But what's your question?
All right, it's not a really serious one, but which one of you guys has a better waifu taste, you or Etika?
What kind of question is that, bro?
They always up against each other, man.
This is me.
I don't know. Who's your number one Attack on Titan waifu?
I like Petra a lot before she got smashed to pieces, but I mean...
Spoiler. All right. For season 1.
I mean, yeah, it's early. It happens real time. She just seemed like a cool character in the background with, like, the engagement. Really, really sad stuff.
Danny, have you ever watched Attack on Titan? Who was your best waifu?
Would you like to come up and play, man? I suck at Mario.
Yeah, come on up and play. Come on up
I
and
don't
play.
really like this game too much.
Oh, man, you can't...
I'm very honest about it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
I'm
true.
not a Mario fan to the
I'm a
extent
Mario
that
fan.
some
You know
of
what? Well, I've already played, so how about the next person up gets to play another round? All right, ask a question. You gotta ask a question, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You want up here? Yeah, you can play.
Round two.
All right.
Easy question.
Yeah.
I say easy for him, maybe not. We're not going to go attack. We're going to go smash.
Okay.
Do smash what?
Smash Brothers.
I gotta say it's Robin, man. Like, ever since
Yes.
the reveal trailer, What? Robin was always number one for
I got
me since
Paul.
since the original trailer. I've been hooked, and they also got me into Fire Emblem too. You know, so
Yeah. I think he was expecting me to say female.
Oh, female. Oh yeah, she's like she was.
For a second, I got paused. Like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, it alternates. Yeah, definitely the Barefoot Wife for second. Third might be who else?
I heard a Palutena out there. That man is good taste.
Palutena.
Not too many Palutena fans.
It's not Waluigi.
Okay, you know what? Hey, good job. Can I see that Joy-Con real quick? Hold on. Go sit down. This man just said Waluigi. Go sit down. I have talked about it. You gotta go sit down. No Waluigi. You gotta go sit down. Next up. I'm sorry, no Waluigi up there. All right, David, where are you from?
My name's Pablo.
We're real out here. I'm sorry, man. We can't have Waluigi as best wife. I'm not having that.
So yeah, I'm Pablo from Chicago as well. My question for the Switch, I guess it's more towards like, again, like what kind of games you want to see, but mainly from Capcom, just for the sheer fact that I feel they really don't have much.
Mega Man.
Like all they do is what, Street Fighter, Monster Hunter,
Mega
Resident
Man.
Evil, and well, they bastardized Mega Man, but they're trying.
Yeah.
But like, what kind of
Okay, Nintendo versus Capcom would be
That's
amazing.
yeah.
Am I right? Our cameraman in the front's trying to adjust the camera because you were out front. You gotta have you in the frame. Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too because actually they had interviewed the guy who does Street Fighter, and he said that he was interested in doing that, but like no further information after that. Like, do you think like that would maybe boost the Switch like interest a lot more, or
I mean,
I suppose it also depends on what kind of gameplay it's going to be. Like, would it be Street Fighter gameplay or Smash Brothers kind of stuff? Or like combination?
yeah, I mean, I would like to see it in the vein of Marvel vs. Capcom 3v3. It would be amazing.
Yeah,
Nintendo here?
man.
No, like Zangief from like totally Pile Driving Toad or something, you know?
Pile Drive Joe.
You know, the series people love the Marvel vs. Capcom series. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like a no-brainer. There's so many no-brainers for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Well, since you asked a question, you're up. You get to play Mario Kart. All right. What stage do you guys want to see that you haven't seen yet?
Earthquake Underpass.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have another Underpass. Here you go. Perfect. All right. Next up, what's your name and where are you from?
Alex from Wisconsin. Would you want an F-Zero game made by the same people that made Fast RMX?
Oh, yeah. I've been playing a lot of Fast too. I didn't mention that. That's 100%. I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't hired them to do it yet, to be honest.
Yeah, especially considering the guy who does the voiceover for that game is literally the voiceover guy from F-Zero X on the 64. So it's the exact same guy.
It's the same
It's
dude.
the same exact guy. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I mean, it already basically is an F-Zero game. I'd love to see a new dedicated F-Zero game with Captain Falcon and all these other characters that we love. Dr. Stewart, Pico. I do Pico. You remember Pico?
Yeah,
You remember Pico, Danny?
a little bit.
A little bit. Just mad down the road, Pico. That's all right. But yeah, F-Zero would be great. So thank you for your question. Thank you. All right. Next up, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm John from North Aurora.
All right. All right.
And, my question is, what is one thing about the Switch that you guys would change, and if so, how would you change it?
I would add a web browser to it, man. Like and
Yeah.
other apps too. Like that. I know it's probably coming later on, but I would love for the functionality that they promised to be in there from day one. Like the, you guys know how they have the share button, right? They're saying they can record footage later, so it'd be great if we can get stuff like that now. But you kind of, do you mean more stuff that like we know isn't coming, but like just random stuff that we would want? I want to have Bluetooth, man, because I use wireless headphones now. I'm not sure how many other people use wireless headphones, but you can't with the Switch, so I have to carry my wireless headphones from my phone and like a wired pair too. That's why I bought the Zelda headphones too. So yeah.
I would love to see streaming on Twitch, on Switch.
Yes.
I think it'd be great because we have a share button already, right? You already share your screenshots to Twitter. I would love to be able to stream to Twitch, sort of like how you can do it on PS4. PS4, you can just click the button and stream. So I think more than anything else, that's what I would like to see, is streaming. Thank you for your question. All right. Next up, what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Adam, and I'm from Bloomington Normal.
All right.
My question is, what do you want for the full version of Splatoon 2?
For the full version, I want a story mode where we get more Marie, because I love Marie. I think she's the best. Are there Team Cali people out here? Cali boys, all right. How many Team Marie? Team Marine. Sorry, fuck.
Marie wins it all, man. I agree with you 100%, man. Like, just I want a more immersive, dynamic story that really like affects the overworlds, and I just want something that'll really not just sit there on the side, because you can play the multiplayer and never touch the single player campaign. I don't want that to be the case. I want the campaign to be pushed hardcore.
Thank you for your question. And actually, let me look at my bag. I might have something for you.
Oh my gosh, it's like
Is it? I mean, it's not Bomberman. I'm sorry. We already gave away the Bomberman. But come on up here. All right, great. Let's see what I got. All right. So let's see who we got here. Guess that Pokemon. What Pokemon is that?
That's
You should know. Danny.
Danny.
Here you go. You get Growlithe.
I feel Growlithe.
Okay. Wash. Oh, actually, we'll edit off
A CPU washing.
Here we go. All right. So, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Byron, and I'm from Chicago. And I was in Etika's live stream on Pokemon Sun and Moon episode 3 that said Ash was a blank that you laughed. From Byron HG on YouTube.
What?
On Pokemon Sun and Moon, when you played the playthrough episode 3.
Yeah, that's a while ago. I gotta remember.
Yeah, it takes a while. Speaking of things, not to cut you off, but I got to know the answer to this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Go ahead.
So, when is Fire Emblem coming back? Because your Let's Play of Fire Emblem, I literally sit in my bathtub, have a bubble bath, put that on the side because my desk is right outside my bathroom,
God.
turn it on max volume, and just listen and relax, and hear you talking about waifus and see who you end up killing in that game. So,
People must have loved watching that, man, because I'm just a glutton for punishment. Any game that I play, how many people have played Nier, by the way? Just curious.
Nier Automata. There's a lot of people. Yeah.
Like, people told me don't play it on hard mode, and it just pissed me off. I played it on hard mode and was stuck on the tutorial for 5 hours. But I'm happy though. It was like, at least I did the tutorial. So
it's rewarding.
Yeah. So with Fire Emblem, it's such a difficult game that I guess people love seeing me go through the emotional trauma of having a character permadeath in the game. In terms of when it's coming back, I was going through a lot of personal stuff earlier. 2017 is looking like it's going to be a great year. I just moved, so it could be coming sooner than later, man.
Yes. I'm hoping for it. I'm waiting. Who here wants more Etika Let's Play Fire Emblem?
Yes.
I
love Fire Emblem.
Thank you for your question. And actually, we're doing the next round, so you want to play Mario Kart?
Yes.
Come on up. All right. There you go. What's your name and what's your question?
Hey, thank you very much. My name is Brian.
All right.
I'm from Evanston.
All right, Evanston.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been waiting 23 years for another Stunt Race FX.
Stunt Race FX.
Does anybody remember Stunt Race?
Of course, yeah.
Like, when's Nintendo gonna bring that back?
I don't know. Kit, Krista, you're watching this. Fun. When is the next Stunt Race FX going to come out?
This is live?
Well, it's not. This isn't live, but when it goes live, they'll be watching.
We need it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You want to play Mario Kart?
Yes, please.
Come on up. All right. Thank you. I'll grab that real quick. Next question.
All right.
I've never touched it.
You can go ahead.
Hello, my name's Katie. I'm from the suburbs of Chicago. I have, I guess, a couple of game-related questions. One is Donkey Kong Country. I would love to see a new Donkey Kong Country for the Switch. Is that going to happen?
Donkey Kong.
I'm gonna get some hate for this. I already know I'm gonna get some hate for this. Oh, if you guys want to go. I would love another Donkey Kong Country. I love Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
However, that's one of my favorite series. Yeah, that's my thing, right? Is Retro develops the Donkey Kong Country games now. Those are almost exclusively retro games. I would like to see a non-retro developed Donkey Kong Country, and I'd like to see Retro bring back Metroid.
Yeah.
That's what I want. And if they don't do Metroid, I just really want to see Retro do something else. I mean, like, anything else. I love Donkey Kong, and I love their Donkey Kong games, but I really want to see them do either a new IP or do Metroid.
Like, they have so much potential for development.
They're amazing.
They can do some things, man.
Yeah. And I will also say that if there's another Donkey Kong Country game, and it's not developed by Retro, I really want to see a playable Lanky Kong. That's what I want to see more than
Really? You really hope you're still hoping?
I do. I voted for Lanky Kong in the Smash ballot. I'm not going to lie. I voted for him when we had the Smash ballot open. Because I relate to him.
We all had our joke.
Look at I'm tall and lanky. Look at this. I'm Lanky Kong. I'm literally Lanky Kong. So I want to see him in the game. Thank you very much for your question.
Thanks.
I thought you said you had like a...
Yeah, I had a second
Yeah.
part.
Oh, go ahead.
What's the likelihood that any of the Nintendo princesses would star in their own game?
Rosalie.
That would be cool, actually. Even though I didn't really play too much Mario Galaxy, I'm just generally not too big of a Mario player. But I mean, seeing a game that's focused on like Rosalina or maybe even another Wario game. I used to play a lot of Wario's.
Yeah.
I used to play a Wario World on the Wario Land on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
And like those two were some really good games. Wario Land 3 was alright too. And 4, I didn't really play too much. Wario World on the GameCube was great. But he's not a princess though, so I guess he's right. Maybe Daisy too.
Yeah.
Daisy. Actually, I'm thinking about other princesses. And there's a whole thing earlier where people were going, they didn't know whether or not there was going to be female Link in Breath of the Wild. Did not turn out to be true. I think it'd be really cool to see a co-op Zelda game, top-down, very different from Breath of the Wild, on Switch, where you could just immediately hand the controller to somebody else, play co-op, and one person plays as Link, and the other person plays as Zelda. That might be kind of
That would be really cool.
Anybody want that? Yeah?
They usually do like the Four Swords thing, doesn't that like?
Yeah. Well, see, they've done 4. The Four Swords was great, and they did 3 with Triforce Heroes, and that game was garbage. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It was not good. Yeah. So doing 2 might be good. 2 might be good. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Woo! Give her a round of applause. Those are the questions. All right. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Matt. I'm from the suburbs of Chicago as well. My question is, what is your opinion on the issues that the Switch has been having, the hardware issues? Because I'm hearing about the Joy-Con thing that they've been fixing. And people have been comparing it to the Red Ring of Death, the Yellow Light of Death, etc. And in my opinion, it's a much smaller problem, just some components maybe not working right or whatever. But I'm hearing a story, one that's not sitting right with me, that's someone said that their system was warping in the dock. The screen would warp in the dock, and I'm wondering how?
Yeah, so that's another thing, is I've seen a lot of people saying that they're scratching their dock screen. No, it's, the screen on the Switch when they put it in the dock. Yeah, I can kind of see that. To be honest,
to me it sounds like the kid threw it in their backpack and wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's honestly what I think it was. I think it was that somebody was, not careful with it, put it somewhere, and they went, oh my god, it's a system defect. I will say, I did have the Joy-Con issue for a little bit.
Oh, really?
On the left Joy-Con, only when I was playing. Oh, thank you. Only when I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I was playing in the grip. When I played, thank you very much. When I was playing, who wants to play, by the way? Next two. Yeah, you asked the question earlier. Come on up, you can play. And then next person, yeah, you get to play too. To continue that, though, I did have the issue with the left Joy-Con when it was in the grip, but I never really had the issue after that, unless it was in the grip. As for other hardware issues, have you had any?
I haven't really seen too many of them. And, it's early hardware, so we know there's always going to be some stuff wrong with it. I remember at one point, like, the PS4 Pro wasn't like legit. We're used to it. It happens. Yeah. It's nothing to be super scared of. And by the time it's like the end of the year, they'll probably iron out all the hardware issues or whatever. What I do on my channel, I usually cover all the crazy stuff that happens with Nintendo, like when they took over a plane and made everybody play Mario Maker and stuff like that. So I kind of dabble a bit more in the extreme Nintendo stuff, and I'm telling you, it's not really a problem. From the Joy-Con connectivity to the scratch screens to the warping dock switch thing, and there was even some problem where this dude, his SD card melted in his Switch.
Oh, I saw that.
Most of them are smaller incidents, nothing to be worried about.
One thing, though, I don't think is a technical issue, and I'm actually glad they did it, is making the Switch cards taste like poison.
Oh my gosh!
They made the Switch cards
in their mouth.
Why are you putting a game in your mouth?
Although, have you ever done it? It tastes nasty.
No, I didn't do it.
I did it. It tastes disgusting. I had to. Everybody on YouTube was doing it. YouTubers with millions of subs did. All right, I gotta eat the Switch card now. How many people here lick the Switch card?
No. That's a disgusting amount of people who have licked Switch cards. Just raise their hands.
By the way, if you don't know why people are licking it because Nintendo put the world's most bitter substance, but still edible, on the Switch card, so dogs and kids, when they put it in their mouth, they spit it out. Yeah. And that's why most people, it's like a test for them.
Yeah.
It stays with you for 5 minutes after it's in your mouth, man.
Disgusting.
Yeah, really. And milk doesn't help it go away, no soda, you have to suffer with that.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. Next question, what's your name, where are you from? By the way, we still got 15 minutes, so sit back, relax, you guys have got your questions answered. We're going to do a meet and greet afterwards. You're all good. So, all right, next question.
My name is Christian, and I'm from the Chicago area.
Nice.
I just had 2 questions. Out of all the Mario Kart games, which one would you like them to remaster?
You're not a huge Mario Kart.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I played them before. I'll play. I can enjoy them to an extent, but I'm not really too heavy with the Mario Kart stuff. You know, that's just me personally.
Okay, well, if Andre Seegers from Gaming Explained was here, he would say Double Dash because it's his favorite game of all time.
Really?
I'm going to pass this to Danny because we haven't heard you in a while. Danny, what is the one Mario Kart game you want to see them remaster?
I think with every remaster, the best way to do it is to start from like the earliest one, because then it's the biggest change. Then you feel like you're getting the most of it. You know what I mean?
So Super Mario Kart is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Original Super Nintendo.
Or well, probably N64. Probably that.
Mario 64
Yeah.
to me seems like a smart idea. Yeah.
I'd agree. Let's go with Mario 64.
Mario 64.
Yeah.
I'm
I
taking
mean,
that.
nobody wants the 2D.
Though, to be fair, how cool would it be to have like a top-down Mario Kart that feels very different from any other Mario Kart game? And it would basically be like from the perspective of the top screen on the Super Nintendo. I think that might be kind of cool.
Now what we need is the regalia.
Yes.
Oh, with the regalia from F-Zero.
Yes.
Final Fantasy 15 in Mario Kart? I'd play that.
Didn't they put a BMW?
They did put a
They
BMW.
put a car.
He's actually using it right now. He's using the BMW.
What the hell?
Get the Inkling running around in the Roadster. All right. Thank you for your question. Thank you very much. Oh, go ahead.
If they were gonna announce another Smash game, would you want a Smash 5 or a Super Smash Bros. Melee remaster?
Melee HD. Melee HD. Boo! That question.
I think Smash Brothers 4 is so innovative because you can just add DLC from your character. So Melee HD.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Melee HD too because I feel like Smash 4 they're probably gonna port it at some point to Switch. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets announced at E3 to be honest for like a spring release. Keep adding DLC to it. I really want to see Smash become a platform like Overwatch where they just keep adding characters to it. Meanwhile, Melee HD becomes the hardcore game people playing it on the Switch Virtual Console.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
it
that.
would be crazy because how would they make the GameCube controller work? But I'm sure they can figure it out. There's no excuse.
How funny would it be if like they make Joy-Cons that are like the two sides of the GameCube controller and you plug it into your Switch? That'd be awesome. Yeah.
That'd be cool. It has like the analog controller.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Melee HD, coming 2018. Wait, no, not linking up. Not linking nothing. Don't worry.
They're watching. Okay.
What's your name and where you're from?
My name is Adrian from Chicago.
Yeah, the Chicago.
My question would be, what do you think if they made like a darker survival horror themed Metroid?
Yeah. I mean, it's that kind of like eerie isolation feeling that gets people into Metroid, right? To me, that's like an obvious direction. Or they could go an extra step and make it VR on some Capcom Resident Evil type stuff, like you know, like with the headset. I mean, I don't know. There were rumors that wasn't Nintendo messing with VR on the Switch. I mean, that could be juicy, you know what I mean?
Shouldn't we get Resident Evil for the Switch too?
Well, so Capcom is talking about that. They want to get Resident Evil 7 on the Switch, really. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets announced at E3 too.
Yeah, it's just the hardware's the only thing holding it back. We'll see.
How would the VR work? Thank you. So you get to play next now. Is that you and the next question? What I will say though is that I feel like with VR on the Switch, I would want a separate standalone headset, and not necessarily something where you like slide the Switch in front of your face.
Yeah.
And I've seen like a lot of concept art pieces. So you know what I'm talking about. You've seen that piece of concept art. I think that's cool. It's a neat idea, but I really would rather not have it where you just slide the thing in front of your face.
Are you a Rinka from Fire Emblem?
Yeah.
That is sick.
Yo, come on.
That's why I had the picture earlier.
That is amazing. Look at that. That is so I'm switching to sit back to the Pokemon for you. All right, let's see who we got here.
How many prizes you bought?
I brought a lot of prizes.
You never did the Twitter thing.
You know what? Yeah, okay. Hey. Oh, sweet deal. All right. Next question.
My name is Jake, and I'm from Normal. And my question is, which Mario game would you like to see get released on the Switch?
Well, other than Odyssey? Okay.
Yeah.
Sunshine. I'd like Sunshine to get re-released. Yeah.
Even though I'm not like a big Mario fan, one game that I played that I really liked was Superstar Saga.
Oh,
Superstar was great. Okay, cool. I love that format of those games. So I mean, seeing that come to the Switch, without me being a fan, I would get it. Superstar Saga HD. Yo, that would be dope. I mean, I don't know. Do people really like.
Yeah, people like Mario and Luigi, right?
Yeah.
Well, now you two get to play.
More Fawful, man. Like that dude makes me
Dude,
laugh.
Fawful in
Fawful's
Smash Brothers,
hilarious.
please. He'd be so Prince Peasley in Smash Brothers.
Oh,
Prince
yo, man.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Mario. I don't know. I'm thinking of another Mario game though. I want another Luigi's Mansion. Honestly, I love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
1,000 Year Door HD.
1,000 Year Door HD.
Yes.
Okay. I'm actually all about things. Have you ever played the big Mario games? Nah. Dang. They're pretty good. I should get you into them. They're pretty good.
That's a big following.
All right. Next question.
Hey, I'm Shane. I'm from Chicago.
Hi, Shane.
They've been doing Monster Hunter on the 3DS for years, and they did 3 Ultimate on the Wii U. Would you guys like to see like them do a new Monster Hunter game with all the DLC and all the cool stuff they got on the Switch?
Yeah, it would be cool. I respect Monster Hunter as a series big time. I know they have that new one coming out for the Switch too.
Stories?
Like, yeah. It's kind of like a different format.
Well, that's on 3DS.
Oh, it's on the 3DS?
Which is weird. Yeah, they're still announcing 3DS games coming to North America.
Yeah.
Switch. Yeah.
3DS must have really done well. Keep pushing it, right? But I mean, yeah, I think all those greats from the Wii U have to be ported at some point, right? Not to say the Wii U was a waste, but if it didn't take off that well, but it got so many good games, bring them over.
Yeah.
I mean, it had a lot of potential.
Yeah, and I think the other thing about the Switch too is that it's portable, and I think a lot of people are used to playing Monster Hunter portable now. They liked it on Vita. They liked it. I mean, it was never on Vita. Sorry, Vita, but it was on PSP and then it was on 3DS. So I think the Switch would be the logical next place to put that game. So yeah, thank you very much for your question. Here's Mario. Look at Mario. Here he comes. All right, Mario. What's your question?
Nolan from Chicagoland.
Yeah. Nolan.
The more advice to keep place away from Washington. So what other things are going to change in traditional Mario Odyssey?
I don't know. What other things do you want them to change in Mario Odyssey from other Mario games? It's kind of difficult. I mean, I gotta be honest.
I'm not.
I know. I'm kind of the same way. I'm not like a huge platformer person. I'm excited for Mario Odyssey, but for me, I feel like I like the Mario 64, Mario Sunshine kind of stuff, as opposed to the 3D world type gameplay. I mean, I know I'm not alone in that and saying that it's like true 3D when you're playing a Mario 64, Mario Sunshine game. But if something was going to come over from those games into Mario Odyssey, I would love to see another Japanese style level. Similar to the one that was in 3D World, where they had like the samurai and it played the awesome Shamisen music. Yeah. That would be really, really cool.
I'm not familiar with Mario.
There you go.
Hey, I'm Will from Chicago.
Hi, Will.
How hype would you be if they brought Ice Climbers, Wolf, and Snake for Smash for the Switch? How hype? Would you be like Mewtwo when you saw Mewtwo hype? Or would you be like Hyper? Like how?
Man, Ice Climbers are such a loved character. It was a shame to hear that they got taken down, especially due to hardware limitations on the 3DS. If they brought them back, though, it would help to sell the Switch in gangbusters, man. Like, imagine that. The Switch comes out with the Smash version, and they got Ice Climbers and Snake on the front.
Oh,
what?
Here's the thing, though.
Hello, sales.
I gotta say this about Snake, all right? I love that Snake was in Smash Brothers. I think he had his time to shine, though.
Oh,
and I honestly feel like Konami is not going to let them have Snake after the Kojima situation.
Oh, yeah.
But a certain little bomber is now owned by Konami. And I think if we were going to get a Konami character, I would love to see Bomberman
Yeah, I can
in
see
the
that.
next Switch.
That would
Smash for Switch. Sure, yeah.
Like, if there was an Overwatch character in Smash, who would you pick?
Oh,
Overwatch characters. Diva would fit so well. Diva would be dope in Smash. Like with the mech mechanic too, it had a whole new dynamic where like the mech is fighting on its own. It could be like two characters. Who knows? Like,
I would actually love to see a support type character from Overwatch come into Smash Bros. First off, I want
Healing
Overwatch on
Beats?
Switch. That's Overwatch on Switch, please. Listen, make it happen.
Seriously.
But I want to see a support character. And the support character I'm going to call out is obviously the C2E2 we saw outside a little while ago.
Oh, Mercy?
You got to have Mercy. We have to see Mercy.
You gotta have the Healing Beats. What are you talking
That's true.
about?
Healing Beats Lucio would be pretty dope.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, especially since Smash Brothers is like you have to knock them off the stage. All is like he just pushes you back.
Yeah, he would be cool.
Seriously, he could ride on the walls.
Oh man, Lucio riding on the walls would be amazing.
Yeah.
See, now I'm upset because it's probably never going to happen. Yeah. But you know what could happen though? Overwatch on Switch, I genuinely believe could happen.
The
720
developers are curious about it. They said they're willing to work with Nintendo. So I mean, if we make enough demand, I'm sure they'll push it.
That's right.
Mario
Thank you guys.
Overwatch? No.
Mario, no. You know, if they did,
no, Fireball.
No. I'm hearing people say, "Oh, no, come on." I think if they were going to put Nintendo-related things in Overwatch, I think it would make sense to have like skins of those characters on a Nintendo exclusive version. Like, you have maybe Zero Suit Samus Diva in the Samus Gunship mech, or you have Junkrat. Or Junkrat instead of explosives, he has Voltorbs and Electrodes that he throws. Like, you can make these
a Link skin for Genji.
A Link skin for Genji would be, or better yet, like what's a ninja character from?
We're giving Nintendo too many
I know,
ideas.
we keep saying this. All right, we got time for two more questions. And the next two people play Mario Kart for a little bit outside because we're going to have to take the Switch. So
We can't do that because it's the Switch.
That's right, we can't do that because it's the Switch. All right, that's a good point. All right, Kid and Krista are going to love you. There's going to be a video game coming your way. All right, what's your name and where are you from?
Julian from Chicago. Back again.
Hey, Julian.
I'll try to wrap this up. So, in the Fire Emblem Direct, they announced that there's going to be a Fire Emblem Switch game.
Yeah.
No one's been talking about it. Like, what are your predictions for that? Like, do you think it's going to be the same universe as Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, or like, the same universe as Birthright, or like a different one, or what are your predictions?
It's probably going to be something brand new. It takes me back to before they revealed Fates and how we had no information. It doesn't even have a title yet, right? So, yeah, they're probably going to go a new direction. I think they're going to show us the avatar soon, though. And like they usually do that in like a direct all on its own. Maybe at E3 we'll get more info. And I know they also have Dynasty Warriors Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Oh, Fire Emblem Warriors.
Fire Emblem Warriors, yeah.
Which is also coming on the 3DS, which is very bizarre.
Yeah. But what
I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, what I would really want, I want them to do something totally different.
Yeah.
The worlds of like Fire Emblem Fates is just so developed on its own. How did they continue it,
One thing I do want to see come back, though, and I think a lot of people agree with me, and I think it's something that sort of gave the franchise a rebirth. You got to bring back the waifu system.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to bring back the waifu system.
Fire Emblem is basically just you playing matchmaker the whole game.
Exactly.
It's fun.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, I love classic Fire Emblem. It's great. But I think having classic Fire Emblem gameplay with that waifu system in place really does bring a lot of new gamers in who wouldn't necessarily like Fire Emblem in the first place.
That's what revived.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it because it's such a cash grab. So.
There you go. Thank you. I know this man. What's going on?
Hi, I'm Michael from Chicago.
Woo!
If you could remove one character from Smash 4 and replace with one character, what would you pick?
Ooh, remove one character, put in a new character. That's a good question to end on, actually. So,
I would probably, if I had to choose one to remove, even if I'm trying to think of a character to put in, but I would probably remove Dark Pit 2. I mean, not to have anything against him. I loved Kid Icarus Upright. I feel like they should put a Kid Icarus on the Switch because it didn't get too much. It didn't get exposure like that on the 3DS, and it was so well made. Props to Daddy Sakurai too. He made that game.
That's right.
I like Kid Icarus.
To replace him, I'll put in Rayman. I love Rayman as a character. He's old school. Rayman 2? Y'all know Rayman 2? Alright, it's kind of old.
Rayman 2 and 64 was great.
Yeah, it was. But Origins is also a great game too, so that's my preference. Well, what about you? If you had to replace one.
I'm going to get rid of Dark Pit 2. Sorry for 2 fans. He doesn't need to be there anymore.
It's either him or Lucina.
Yeah, well, I like Lucina. Lucina, you can't get rid of Lucina.
Yeah. I wish they would maybe update her moveset so she's a bit more different from Marth and give her her own specialization and all that.
That would be
awesome.
nice. That would be nice.
And then I think in terms of the character that I'd want to see, you already mentioned, we already mentioned Bomberman too. You're mentioning other characters. I think a character I'd really want to see add to the game is Professor Layton. I think Professor Layton would be a really good character addition because he's from a puzzle game. He's from a third party that has a very, very strong relationship with Nintendo already. And I just think he'd have a really funny moveset with maybe throwing the play coins like Shuriken or pulling out the casino gun from the third game.
Yes.
And then pouring hot tea on people, fencing with them, using the paraglider. He'd be great, man. And then for his final smash, he'd be like, I have a puzzle to solve for you. And he clicks the thing, and then on the screen, maybe everybody gets jumbled up, and they have to pick the controls. I thought this out. I want Professor Layton in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. So that's my answer. Danny, what's your answer? Danny.
Pikachu's out.
You
He had a good
This man's trolling hardcore.
Thank you, dude.
And who are you putting in if you're picking out Pikachu?
What's that frog from Star Fox?
Slippy?
Yeah.
We're ending this on a bit block type answer right here. Saying he's removing Pikachu and putting in Slippy. Well, you know what? That wraps up the Q&A. Thank you so much for attending Japan Time Live. This was amazing. We're going to be doing meet and greet outside, signing things, taking pictures, so don't worry about it. And you know what? How should we wrap this up? Maybe let's do a Pokemon Cypher verse?
Pokemon Cypher?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Lemmy, polish the rock. Orlando might be like obviously right. Epic with the pink man hustling at the rocks like I'm Mr. White. Ente, Suicune, Raku, I come for your ransom for dogs like I'm Mr. White. Yo!